About 2 weeks ago, we discussed a Dota 2 update that leaked a whole bunch of information on Citadel and HLX, two VR-adjacent projects that many of us in the Valve community thought may have been forgotten, as it had been over 6 months since we had seen anything. Sadly, it's Bradley, a colleague of mine and another YouTuber who does a lot of deep dives on Valve, but in specifically VR hardware, has been doing a lot of work on a alleged future VR prototype that Valve is working on called the Decker. The Decker itself is in competition with the Meta Quest 2, or whatever exists when it's fully released, and is supposed to be a hybrid standalone enthusiast PC-grade VR headset. Why are we talking about that today? A whole bunch of patents leaked around the same time that we got all of that new information on HLX and Citadel. Total coincidence, but a very interesting one because it allows us to talk about something in detail.
Hi, I'm Tyler McVicker, and this video is sponsored by Into the AM's shirts. I bought this shirt in this bomber jacket. They have a lot of skulls and space people. I think these shirts are very valuable because I raised my credit score. Secondly, I passed the bar exam wearing these shirts. If I were to be having a baby, this shirt would be part of my birth plan. If you're tired of being the embarrassment of the family, all you gotta do is show up in this shirt. They'll forget all about you and your disappointing features. Like, it's not even that hard a thing to do. Where are you buying your shirts right now? You need to get out. This is a toxic relationship. They're not doing anything for you. Now, Into the AM will give you this. I really need to prove that I can sell more shirts than Tyler can. I bought a wood cabin in Nebraska. Would have never done that before. IntoTheEnd.com/FadeSprays.
The Valve Decker's computer unit is actually in the back of the goddamn headset strap. It's built all over the place because this is not an ARM-based processor. This is an x86-based processor. The Steam Deck is the test unit that is being used to show off the internal capabilities of that hardware to then use it in the VR headset. A bunch of Valve employees said that during the interviews in the lead up to the release of the Steam Deck, like earlier this year. So the Decker is obviously something they're focusing on. The issue is that Valve left the VR marketplace left for dead. They released the absolute best piece of VR software without telling anybody about the major hurdles that they had passed in design, released it onto the marketplace, gave nobody money, nobody fair warning, and now people have to try and play catch up, which is impossible. So Meta is capable of swooping in and buying up all of these very starving industries and kind of killing the entire marketplace. So I don't know what Valve is trying to do here. This is shipping with a piece of software, HLX. The Valve Decker has a goal. It needs to run Half-Life Alyx. It just does. That is the bar. And if they create a standalone VR headset that is capable of running Half-Life Alyx, that's insane. HLX is a new Half-Life Alyx that takes advantage of the Decker's capability. Now, obviously, the major selling point is you don't have to plug it into a computer to play Half-Life Alyx. We do know that the controllers themselves let you do this and that. It can detect both curl and splay. I don't know how, and I don't know why that's important, but it can. The headset themselves, obviously, has much better optics, lenses, field of view, responsiveness, just everything's better. And it's gonna be fucking expensive. It's gonna be so expensive. But HLX is attempting to create another campaign based in the engine of Half-Life Alyx, the engine of which needs to run on the Decker before they ship. We don't know what the story is going to be. We don't know a whole lot about what the game is going to contain, but we do know a massive amount of engine work has been done within the last 6 months, if that Dota 2 update is to be believed. Things like procedurally generated animations for different skeletal sizes, things like really in-depth map auto-generation, randomization, and AI pathfinding generation based on those changes? What are they doing? What are they making? And how is it gonna run on a computer built into a helmet? Put in the comments down below how much you honestly think a Steam Deck VR headset would cost, because they sold the Valve Index for $1,000, and that wasn't really even making much of a profit. And will there be a market for x86-based VR experiences in a world where Sony and Meta are buying up all the best talent, and the best talent is a very small pool to pick from. Valve works in mysterious ways, and for those that pay close attention, it seems like they don't think very far ahead when making these major decisions. Obviously, I would love to see another Half-Life game. Obviously, I will spend whatever it costs to get Valve's new VR headset. But this is my job. How many Half-Life fans can justify a purchase like that, especially when, not even 2 years ago, they made a similar purchase for one other game? This would be a much more positive conversation to have if Valve was a bit more hands-on with the external VR software development marketplace before shipping a game that cost billions to make over the course of like 7 years. No one has that time or money. So how can anyone compete without direct intervention from Valve themselves? They can't.